guys, it's Glenn from Glenn's Car Collection, and this is my 2000 review of my 2017 Porsche 911. Gonna try something a little different, see if we can get a point of view going on here. Now this is a 7-speed manual. .370 horsepower, turbocharged flat 6. Now the base models, the S's and the GTS's, they all have the same engine, the 3-liter turbocharged flat 6. So it's just the difference between those engines and the horsepowers are bigger turbos and also more cooling. So you can certainly tune this car and get more than the power of a GTS for a minimal amount of money. Of course, you're not going to get the cooling. But what I like best about, honestly, the base model is it has the smallest turbo, so it's the least turbo lag. Now we're running in sport mode here, which gives us a heightened throttle response. And it also gives us, I got the sport exhaust on too. Now this is old school here. We actually got to cross a highway. Here you make a left turn right into the fast lane of a highway. There we go. Let's go. Let's do some acceleration. The engine's nice and warm. I like how you could put the navigation here. You could switch through the different displays, and that navigation looks really cool. I usually don't use it though, to be honest. I usually just use Waze. I don't know if we can get in front of this slow driver here. I actually overslept today. I actually, for the first time this year, got 8 hours of sleep. So I am behind schedule. Ahead of schedule. I usually get 6 hours of sleep, sometimes 3 or 4 if I'm playing hockey. All right, let's see if there's somewhere maybe we could pull over and then we can go through these turns here. So I'm going to go real slow. So let's go over, after 2,000 miles, what I like. Well, I love that it's a manual transmission. The PDK, of course, faster. What I don't like about the manual transmission I've mentioned before is just that it's 7 speeds. Now, in my last review, somebody made a great example, one of our viewers, let's do a little acceleration here, of my problem wasn't getting into 7th. Let's do this first. I like you get that little howl when you get to about 6,000 RPM in a gear. So, 7th gear is obviously for overdrive. It's very easy to get into 7th, but coming out, it always kind of puts me in the neutral position, which would be 4th gear. So one of our viewers, subscribers, said, hey, you got to keep constant pressure, which I thought I was doing, and then you can get in 6th easier. And he was 100% right, because I did that, and now I can get in 6th. So thank you so much for that. Stereo on this car is really good, but 90% of the time I have it off, because I like listening to, there I just did it again, 4th, because I like listening to the engine sound. It's really great having the engine behind you. Mid-engine would probably be even better, to be honest. These are the best roads in the world, but we're never going to get to them because of this guy. All right, so I'm going to turn here and pause a minute. Oh, so we're going to go because there's loose gravel. Sorry if I'm kicking up rocks on you, my friend. So what I really love about this car is the handling. I'm so glad I got it in rear-wheel drive. I've always had all-wheel drive 911s, and the grip is unreal, but I'm telling you, that all-wheel drive grip takes away some of the fun. From now on, it's going to be rear drive only for me. Now, living in the Northeast here, most of these cars are going to be sold all-wheel drive, and I see why, because most of the time, it's going to be wet or slick. Even when I take these roads early in the morning, it's wet from the thunderstorms the night before. In the winter, it's going to be icy. So, look at the handling from this rear drive here. You really use the rear engine to get yourself out of turns. So most of them that they're going to sell here in the Northeast, obviously if I was living someplace like California where the weather's perfect, you definitely want the rear drive. I don't understand the 4S there. I'd rather, and even, I probably don't even understand the Turbo S there. I would rather get a base to get that rear drive and then tune it to make the power. My ears just popped. Now this car is just so much faster, even though it's 370 horsepower, say my NSX on these same roads, or even the E46 M3 on these same roads. Now those could be maybe a little more fun because I get to go through second, third. But this car just has so much grip, even being rear drive, that it'll save you. The tail will step out for like half a second, and then obviously the stability control kicks in, but the tail's just so much more alive with the rear drive. Now, if you're going to use this car as a daily driver, and you easily could, the suspension is that soft, then, you know, you're probably going to want the all-wheel drive just so you can have the all-weather capability. To me, this is a weekend car. Sometimes I take drives during the week if I'm able. Sometimes if I have a showing and I know they're in the car business, I'll take this. But, you know, even in bad weather, it's fine with the rear-wheel drive. So, rear-wheel drive for me. And honestly, this car, I have 2,000 miles on it now, so I guess this is our 2,000-mile review. This car has actually convinced me on the base model. Yeah, the S and the GTS come with all the, especially the GTS comes with everything you'd want, like the sport exhaust. But this car has the sport exhaust. I would take a base with minimal options. It gets you the great chassis that the 911s have. And this is, again, a 991.2. So this is the first year they went turbocharged for the base models. And I'm telling you, there's nothing better than getting into the car. Don't fret that extra 10 or 15, 20,000 for the S and GTS models. Honestly, it's not worth it. If you have money to burn, or you're leasing it and the lease payment isn't much of a difference, police, fire, then I totally get it. Then go for it. But to me, saving 15 grand on this car is 15 grand towards my next car. 15 grand will get me a nice Miata. That guy was going there. Stay tuned, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we'll get into maintenance costs. Now this car was fully serviced, including an oil change when I bought it. Memorial Day weekend, I believe, is when I got it. So we've had it, it's August now, so I've had it just over 2 months, put 2,000 miles on, and that's pretty good considering I'm working from home and 90% of my miles are coming on the weekend, so that's pretty good. I'm proud of myself there. And I have if you haven't followed the channel or seen the other videos, I have a 3-year CPO warranty on this car. So, and it's unlimited miles. So I have 1 year left of the 4 years 50. And Porsche, unlike its German rivals, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, they only give 1 year unlimited miles like what I had in this in the S8. And the S8 was very reliable for that 1 year. The second year is when I had all the problems and the expensive out of warranty repairs. So Porsche gives you that second year. And if you can buy a 17 like this, or next year you buy an 18, you'll have those 3 years, 1 in the regular warranty and then 2 on a CPO warranty. So long as I don't hit 50,000 miles on this one first year, which I won't since I bought this car with 8,000 miles and now I have 10,700, I have unlimited miles on the CPO. So the goal is to keep this car for 3 years and drive it as much as possible. All right, so now to recap the video, sorry I had a camera problem there. To recap the video, the good, obviously I'm in love with the base model, the sport exhaust, the rear drive. The bad is getting better. That's 7-speed manual going to 7th and 6th gear. So I think I've gotten that taken care of. We're gonna have to see what this car costs to maintain. Now I live in a congested area, so I probably have 4 Porsche dealers within driving distance of my house for service. Get going, mister. Don't make a phone call when you're at a traffic light. And I'm going to try to do most of the service myself. You know, oil changes. Now he's going crazy because I had to keep it as fast and accelerating. try to do most of the services myself, like brake fluid or tires. This was fully serviced before I took it, so it's got an oil change, and obviously the brakes and tires are up to spec. Rear tires were already replaced on this car, so I'm going to try my best to maintain what I can myself, and then decide later if I want a independent or the dealer. I had a great independent. Unfortunately, he retired and moved to Florida, and that's why I had like 8 German cars at once, because he was so cheap to maintain him. So I've heard horror stories, how much dealers charge for oil changes, like $400 or $4,000 services, which are just glorified oil changes. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe for that. Hit that notification bell because you won't miss those update videos. Definitely going to keep this car 3 years and try to drive it as much as we possibly can. But right now I'm in love. So far we're still in the honeymoon phase. It's been a little over 2 months and 2,000 miles, and this car has exceeded my expectations. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.